Alright, I'm getting dirty. That brake. Okay, so we found the missing parts for the coil operation over here. So, where'd I do with that stuff? Put it over here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. There's the bracket that we didn't know where it was. There's the junk coils over here. And the coil cover. Alright, let's see if we can figure out how this goes together this time. I'm going to take a stab at this again. I always like figuring out stuff so I know how they had it. That way I know how screwed up it was. Okay, so here's our missing parts. So here's our coil retention bracket, goes on there. Here's our nut, goes on this. Nice. This is all broken free. That's supposed to be tight in there. It's not tight. It should be tight. A couple of thin washers, that's what those are for. A bunch of nuts. Okay, so coil goes in here. Oh, I know those lock washers came off, but they came off the coil. They go right there. Okay. You can see how these are being rubbed on. So they were eating on something. So look for evidence on the coil for rubbage. And the only rubbage I see is right here. So that means that had to be like that, or it had to be like this. Somehow. There's a little bit of a rub mark right here. See, there's no evidence of rub mark on the top of this where this was hitting on that. So I don't think that was hitting on that. So I'm going to guess this plate here was the one doing the rubbage. And it doesn't look like it was doing it either. But this coil. The same rub marks. But the rub marks don't line up. Lines up with a high spot there. I don't know. Something. Obviously this is the one that went through here. So this went through that like that. So this is the high one. So the coils had to sit up like this. Didn't have any option but to be this way. Let's see, that could have been from the bolt right there. And that there could have been from this rubbing on that. Nope. So it's probably on this one. This one was probably on this side. Yeah. None of these marks really line up as being how they were mounted. This goes like this here. This will tighten down on this one. Wrench for this. Ugh, need some tools. Oh, stepped on something else. Okay. Get an idea of how the fitment is on this. Doesn't look very good. I guess that's how they did it. And this here, what went on here? the coils are too high. So holes right here. This needs to drop down a little bit to get us down to where we need to be. I wonder if this are hitting the bracket there. No. I still don't see how these things are in here fitting with the squat. So slid these down until they're hitting up in here, which I have no evidence of being that way because I don't see any marks from that direction. This still does not line up for squat. There we go. That's it. So they did it. Not exactly the best way, but it is what it is. And obviously this here is supposed to be flat, not bent like it is right now. A little persuader here. Oop, bent it too much. There we go. Precision adjustments there. Could do some final adjustments on that. There you go. Custom. The bolt's supposed to be through there. So what they did was they had this put on the other way. They had this stud here sticking out the top. And they would have had a bolt sticking through here. One of these studs like this. Sticking through here, which I didn't get with the coil. And then this here screwed onto that, which is basically a big nut. And that stud stick out of here, so they put a nut on the outside here to hold the coil on. So they had two nuts holding this together. So on the outside, this didn't look too bad on the top. Obviously on the bottom, it looks like dog crap sticking out on the bottom. But, you know, what do you want? And, yeah, those marks are lining up now, see? The rub marks are rubbing like they're supposed to be on the original coils. You can see the marks in there. So this is how they did it. So advantage of this, it gave you some pretty good high output coils, but the disadvantage is it looks like dog crap that's hanging out the bottom. But, oh well. People do what they want in custom Harleys. So, there you go. That's how they did it. Custom with a K. Right. I'm not too stupid. I figured it out. There you go.